Okay, hopefully you guys came over. I see Mike. Hi, Mike.
I'll pop him
when
up.
you're hi, Dustin. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. I think because she's on her phone, and I think it's so easy to fat finger the end stream button, and I think that's what happened. So we appreciate all you popping over here. So Ellie, the question that you just were asking, Richelle, if you could ask it again. Hopefully, I think it was your turn. I think you were asking a question.
Oh my gosh, I totally blanked.
I just shared my birth story.
Yes, yeah, and Richelle had just shared her birth story, and then you were up to ask a question. I thought you were going to ask one.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely my turn. Okay, reset. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, because I was doing all the typing. Okay,
I know so, she was.
You girls are great.
Richelle, seriously, when I first met you, and we did the episode of Mother Knows Best. It's just so inspirational because you literally took everything into your own hands, and that's what I like to talk about. That you didn't have to pay $40,000 for in vitro. Your husband didn't have to go on these medications, and you also for arthritic pain and all this stuff, and you have pretty much, I'd say, put in remission your sugar addiction and your volume eating and your disordered eating, and and you had a baby. You've had a complete 360. So what would you say to someone who is questioning the carnivore diet, but they're this is totally bogus? What would you say to them?
You never know until you try. And you could be exactly like me and think it's super restrictive, but if you've ever lived with chronic pain or a debilitating autoimmune disease, or if there's something that you've been told that you can't have, like a pregnancy, I mean, if you truly want to heal those things, if you truly want those things, you'll do whatever it takes. And for me, I'm not willing to just take a diagnosis as a death sentence. I'm not willing to do that. Part of my story around the infertility is also that I had a benign pituitary tumor that was causing PCOS plus insulin resistance. And so when you have those two things put together, you kind of need to fight on every side of it in order to overcome it. And had I known that the answer was so simple, perhaps I would have done it sooner. But I think I needed to go through all of that difficulty in order to appreciate coming on the other side of this. And like I said, hearing someone else's testimony about it, and especially with the epidemic of people not being able to conceive nowadays, it just breaks my heart because I know what it feels like to be there, to have that diagnosis, to have the doctor not give you hope. Why didn't he ask me about my diet? Where is that question? Oh, right. Probably because they don't get trained in nutrition. It's just prescription writing. Sorry, but I'm just not okay with the way things are done these days. So I would say, do your research. If you're coming from a disordered way of eating like I am, maybe go slow, maybe start moving towards keto and then to carnivore. Try eliminating one food at a time. If you're really hesitant about giving up carbs, you could try just taking out dairy and just see how you feel for 2 weeks. Try taking out eggs, see how you feel for 2 weeks. Try taking out rice, see how you feel for 2 weeks. You might notice that you feel better without those things, but you won't know until you try, and you have to be willing to try. So my encouragement would be for those who are bold and who want to step forward on the carnivore diet, give yourself 30 days. And after that 30 days, if you don't feel better at all, then yeah, go back to doing what you were doing. But I would say give it a minimum of 30 days. Better if you can do 90, but let your body decide what it likes best and how it operates best. But you won't know until you try.
So I'm curious. So you went carnivore, and I can see by your handle down there next to your name that you have a YouTube channel, which Ellie is going to shout out for us in a few minutes here. But my question is, I mean, I know when I started carnivore and I discovered this carnivore community, for me, it was a saving grace because I don't know any other carnivores in real life except, maybe my son now, but that's a more recent thing. I know a couple people that are keto. But yeah, this carnivore community online, it was like, oh my gosh, there's so many of us. And I'm generally kind of an introvert, but man, oh man, did it feel good to know that there's others of us out there. And then to meet a lot of you guys. I guess you were at Hack Your Health in Austin. I didn't even know I was there too, but I met so many wonderful people there. What do you think about this carnivore community, and what is your role in it as you see it?
Ooh, good question. Well, the carnivore community is pivotal for me. It's, in my opinion, it's a grassroots movement. Funny that the animals eat the grass and then we eat the animals, but I think it's a grassroots movement. I think that it's exactly what most people need. A lot of people are searching for something. They don't know what they're searching for, but community is a big part of that. If you've ever tried something and then failed and then not been able to get back to doing that thing, perhaps community is the missing piece for you. I've been in Bella's Steak and Butter Gang since November of 2022, and I have not left. I'm one of the coaches in that community. I love it. I love being there. I love hearing all the different stories. I love hearing what people are healing from, why people are turning to carnivore. It's really encouraging to hear people, like I said, not taking a diagnosis as a death sentence. I think I just can't get that out of my head. Like, people are just no longer willing to accept a diagnosis as the end all be all. They're like, well, we must have missed something. Like, what did we miss, and how can we change this going forward? So I would say my role in the carnivore community is just to offer information, to encourage people who want to try it, who are seeking answers, and to give people hope that there is healing on the other side of this, whether you decide to be keto and see what benefits you get from that and then go carnivore, whatever. I mean, I just think that everybody could benefit from at least experimenting with it for 30 days.
I think that's so beautiful. And I think that a lot of people who are going to be watching this episode are going to be touched by your soul and your heart and how much you've changed. I want people to find you and support you. You have a great series on your YouTube channel talking to parents, and you also have an Instagram. I'm going to share them. If you could tell everyone what kind of content you make, and sell it, girl.
Well, thank you for letting me shamelessly plug.
Yeah.
I am on YouTube at Real Life Carnivore. I'm also on Instagram. That is primarily where you will find me, at Real Life Carnivore. I also have a Facebook page at Real Life Carnivore. But the YouTube channel has just been, I just felt like there was not enough information for carnivore moms or meat-based moms. And so I just started reaching out to interview people. Christy, I'm going to be reaching out to you next to interview you, because I want to share information, different perspectives, because what works for me and my family may not work for Ellie's family, may not work for Christy's family. But so I want to get a variety of experiences and perspectives, so people can pull from whatever they need to pull from to find what works for them and their family. So that's kind of what I'm working on, and I usually only release one episode per week because I am a little bit busy, preoccupied with my little guy. Like I said, before we started the show, he's figured out how to crawl and he's fast. So I want to just spend as much time as I can with him and just soak it up. So one episode a week is kind of what I'm at right now for capacity, but I hope that it reaches even just one person per episode. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you, like, you blink and they're taller than you. That's what happens. So enjoy all the little moments, because, one day it'll be the last day that they want to hold your hand, or like my son used to say, I'm going to marry you when I grow up, mommy. He was really little, so sweet. And then those days are just gone. And now it's like, I'll find pictures of my boys when they were little, and just, I love them now, and but it's like tears just came to my eyes because those little boys were just,
They're not little anymore.
No, they're not. They're both much bigger than me now, but just soak up all those moments. Mm-hmm. So we have a meaty wheel around here, and I think it's about time we spin it. What do you think, Ellie? Should we bring that meaty wheel up and see what kind of question we can spin today?
I would love it. Let's see what fate brings us.
Yes. Okay, if you haven't seen it before, here is our meaty wheel. I'm going to hunt down a meaty question for Richelle. All right, here's the meaty question. What is your favorite kitchen tool or gadget that you use to make your meat-based meals?
Great question. I have a lot of them.
Okay, you can tell more than one. It's all good.
But I would say definitely my barbecue and my stove. my, my
Okay.
gas range would be my favorite two tools, kitchen gadgets. But I mean, I use a food processor, I use a blender, pots, pans, all the things. But I would say probably for my husband would say the air fryer because the reheat option is very convenient. I like my meat cold, so I don't care to reheat. But I would say probably my barbecue and my gas range for sure.
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're
I
welcome.
like using my toaster oven. That's what I use to reheat. And I feel like I'm gonna break the button soon because that's all I make so much food. And then I put it in there and then it's like, yay, no cooking. And then just it's pretty great. So
I
I'm like your
everyone
husband.
likes that spatula. Yes, spatula.
Mike likes a spatula. If you guys put in the comments what your favorite kitchen tool is, I'll pop it up there. I like my oven. I'm kind of like you, Richelle, because that's where I make my picanha. You know, I couldn't let the episode go by without saying picanha.
I wasn't
So
ready.
that's where I make my picanha, and yeah, it's the most delicious thing ever. So
Picanha
my
pride.
oven is my favorite. Picanha pride. Yeah, look for it. Look for it. Coming soon.
Love it. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, Adrienne isn't here, Ellie, so we're gonna roar because we
have to.
always leave our episode with a roar. So in the chat, get your roars ready in the chat. As you know, we love roars, we love meows or mews or anything feline in nature. So get ready, put those in the chat, and we're gonna roar. I'm gonna count us down. So here we go, ladies. I keep clicking picanha like 8 times.
Okay.
Over the button. Ellie, do it. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Roar. Oh, one-handed. You see that? One-handed roar. That was like awesome right there.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna.
You do it. Roar. Yeah, I'll do it. Ellie's like, I'm backing off. We're not gonna like click, 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 click. Yeah. Oh yes, and Mike is giving us a roar with I love those with the W, the roar. Those are awesome. And we've got a roar and a mew from Booby Goats. Thanks, Booby Goats. Roar, mew. I love that. And a nice long roar over the savannah. Thank you, Josephine.
Rolling the R.
Roar again. I love it. And we have just like our roar of the week was roar with the lion emoji. Thank you so much. And thanks, David. It was a great show. So I agree wholeheartedly. Richelle, thank you so much for coming on. I will look forward to that invitation to be on your channel soon. I'm excited for that one. That'll be amazing. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, ladies, so much. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope you will tune in next week. Please remember, and I know there's like so few of us left after our little accident with the tech, but next week we will be streaming to the Lioness Lifestyle Live channel exclusively. So if you haven't subbed over there yet, sub there now, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. We have a lot of great guests coming up, including some nutritionists, some doctors, really good episodes coming up over the next like couple of months here. So let's
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.